You're watching today's video technical update presented by FX Times. It is Monday, July 19th, 2010. I'm Fan Yang, your technical analyst, and now I'll go over some developments in the Forex markets. This week, equity markets started somewhat subdued, with Asian markets sliding and European and US markets giving away early gains. The US dollar and the Japanese yen were mainly gainers to start, but the dollar's strength fizzled during the European session. The euro also continues to position strongly. I'll briefly go over charts of the euro dollar, dollar yen, pound yen, and Aussie dollar. This video is being produced at about 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time during the US session. First, let's take a look at the euro dollar. Last week I mentioned that there was some heavy resistance just above the current 1.30 level, which the market is testing. So even here, starting 1.30, we have some resistance, and the market has stalled. But today, the market continued to test this high. So the euro continues to be strong at a very important resistance zone. The RSI here broke above 60 already and is going into the overbought zone. So there's still some more strength. Now looking at the 1 hour time frame, we see the market started the week US dollar positive, but the dollar strength was not able to continue, and the euro took advantage during the European session and shot up. However, this did not break the previous high here, and we basically have ranging action. You see the RSI here failed to go below 40 as this bearish attempt failed to sustain this attempt, and there was a strong retracement. So now the market is now testing the 60 here in the RSI. So if the market stays below that, we're basically continuing the sideways action, and a break below 1.2870 should signal that this would be a completed topping action. At the moment, it's not complete, and there's still too much strength to consider the bearish outlook for the euro dollar just yet. So this is a very clear support area for this topping action. If it breaks, then we could start considering the decline. Here daily, again, we don't have any daily signals neither, so euro dollar still strong. Still need some further confirmation for topping and a reversal signal. Here I'm jumping to the pound dollar now. Pound dollar, as mentioned last week, was approaching this 1.55 level, which is important resistance. It has a confluence of your 200 moving average, 50% retracement, and is an important power line here in the shorter term. Actually, right here there's support, here is resistance, and here tested again as resistance. So far we have 2 days that is trying to reverse this sort of strong attempt at the breaking out of this consolidation. So right now we're trying to enter back into this consolidation, and we'll see if the market can either be supported here for further test of this top, or if it breaks below this rising trend line. So this rising channel line is an important test of this current declining bearish strength, bearish attempt. And here is a 1 hour time frame. So unlike the euro dollar, so if you imagine the euro dollar started this week also a little greenback positive, but here the euro dollar shot up to retest the previous high. The pound, however, is sliding and now is testing the 200 moving average in the 1 hour time frame. This decline could be extended to the 1.5160 level, which is a 61.8% retracement, and that would form a Gartley with some bullish implications here. Okay, so that would be a test if we have a bullish attempt that breaks above this declining channel line, or for example, if the decline came down to here, we could try to measure give 61.8% as the maximum allowance for a pullback. If a pullback goes above that, we may then the reversal signal is invalidated. But for now, we have some short-term bullish attempt coming up, but in the intermediate term we may be at a reversal. So we gotta continue and stalk this correction to see if the market will react with a rally or if this has topped off. Here is the US dollar Japanese yen pair. Here's the daily time frame, and we saw here the dollar actually gaining to start the week, as we saw here. The dollar started this week. Here's a 1 hour time frame, so it rallied against the Japanese yen, but here during the start of the US session we had some resistance. Okay, so now back to daily. We remember 87 here. There was some bottoming action and the market rallied, but as I mentioned, this didn't look like a real bottom yet, and the market continued declining. Here we have another a wider bullish divergence forming, so we may be soon finding a bottom near 86 area. So, and if you look back, 86 is around the tail, starting up to be the tail of this decline. So this zone is a very strong support area since the market rejected that last time, and the market actually hasn't tested this zone yet, so I suspect that there would still be some further decline before the market wants to get back on a rally for this pair. In the 1 hour time frame we see this US dollar Japanese yen gain, but we see the momentum show us a negative reversal, which suggests this type of projection. Okay, so that should bring the market closer to 86 before we find the bottom for dollar yen. Here's the pound yen pair, and we have been stalking this sideways action, slightly a congestion pattern actually. And if you remember last week, I actually had a different count here. If this was a start of an impulse wave, then this kind of correction would be as such. Now, it would be A, B, C, D, and then an E, and then a rally. However, if this is instead a correction from this decline, which proportionally it looks more fitting for a correction to this decline than a correction to this rally. Okay, so then the count would be A, B, C, D, E, and that would have been completed. And here we have a very strong price action on Friday, and today we may have follow up on that strength. But we see in the daily a break below 40 is needed to give us that implication of further bearish continuation, because here the market has been supported above 40. Good sign is that it hasn't been able to test 60, and it gives us actually a negative reversal. You see the RSI was high getting higher, but the price high getting lower. So there's some bearish setup here, and the market's following through that. 1 hour time frame, we saw here last week anticipation of this retracement back up to 38.2 that occurred, and then a decline is following, and I have this projected down to about 130, 150. The market here is at the moment resting, and actually we do have a bullish divergence in the 1 hour time frame. So maybe some further test, some further decline could occur, but we could be looking for a short-term bottom near 131, 130, 150. Now from there, I suspect some type of retracement after this impulse wave, and that could come up to here somewhere in this third wave, in the middle of this third wave. So 135 to 133.50, or maybe just a pullback to test these moving averages for another slingshot. You see here in the 1 hour time frame, we already had these confirmations of your bearish outlook. In the daily, we see this price action should also suggest some further follow-up. So we do see some further bearish outlook for this pair after a short-term bullish attempt. Finally, a quick look at the Aussie dollar. Here was a retest of this previous high, didn't break it. The RSI came up higher, so that's a negative reversal. So we there should be some further bearish attempt. Price actions also suggest this from Friday, and today we see some initial dollar strength, and then the Aussie started to gain on the US dollar, and here we may be in the middle of a retracement, and if we do, this is okay, so I already have this. This is a logical place for some topping action. So if this stretches further, look for topping action around 0.8740 as a confluence of the 61.8% retracement, your moving averages, and sort of the bottom of this previous topping action. So 0.8740, 0.8750 should be an important area to monitor for further bearish outlook. And that wraps it up for today. Check out fxtimes.com for more updates and live events. Once again, I'm Fan Yang, your technical analyst here at FX Times, wishing you good trading.